Good morning, everybody. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a restful weekend.
And Daylon, before you get started, I just want to do my disclaimer, let everyone know that we have started recording this. This Zoom meeting is being recorded for training and quality purposes and also for content purposes. And we also are streaming live on Facebook. And I'll drop the Facebook link into the chat.
Monica, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So those of you that joined me last Monday for Mindset Monday, we went over a little bit on, or we covered the topic of how to make every day a great day, right? So today I wanted to expand a little bit more on how to plan your ideal day. Now, I explained to you last Monday the importance of waking up every morning with a purpose, or having a purpose for the week or for the month, for the year. Because every day you want to have a great day. We all do. But it requires planning from our part, and that's what I'm going to cover with you today. How to plan your ideal day. So have you ever felt pressure to structure your day, to structure um, or to structure your day in the same way that somebody else does, or in a way that somebody else have their perfect day, quote unquote? Maybe you have heard or you have contradicting productivity information that could be a little bit confusing. For example, it seems like everyone talks about being a morning person, but there's also a lot of information about being a night owl that contradicts it. Or maybe you try a productivity system and only to be discouraged by it. But regardless of your past challenges with being productive, my goal today is to give you a simple strategy for creating an ideal day that works for you. Years ago, when I started my real estate business, I struggled with how to structure my days. Over the years, I've tried many different productivity methods. I've used daily planners. I still do today, but I used to do daily planners, productivity apps. I read books. I tried many different systems to increase my productivity level. While many of the methods were helpful, I always struggled to get them to work for me. Of course, that doesn't mean that they didn't work. They just weren't the right fit for me. So you have to find the right fit for you. And based on my conversations and observations of others, it seemed like most people struggle with this same issue. So let me tell you this. There are 5 components. I'm going to go one by one. Over the years, I identified them. I identified 5 core components that most fit into your day to lead a productivity and happy life. I've learned that how to use them, and I call them the ideal day framework. So I have a more better days or good days more often. First, you have to wonder, what do you mean by ideal day framework? What is that? Well, let's talk about what that is first. Everyone must fit or must do 5 things on a regular basis to stay productive, to be happy, and to feel fulfilled. For example, if all of you did was work and you never saw family, friends, and people you love, then you will most likely become very unhappy or even depressed, right? All your hard work will be pointless without relationships. Am I right? So I think it was Dave Ramsey who said, if you don't make time to change the oil in your car, then you'll have to make time to change the engine. And life works the same way, isn't it? For example, if you don't make time for your spouse, then you may end up having to make time to get a divorce. I know that's a little harsh, but when you create a framework, which is the point, for your ideal day, you can use it to divide your time wisely and intentionally. So you have time for everything in your life that's important to you. So what I recommend for all of you to do today is to take out a piece of paper and write my ideal day framework. Awesome. I love to see it. All right, money. So get out a piece of paper, write my ideal day framework at the top of it. Below that, put core components of my day. Again, title, my ideal day framework. And below that, you're going to put core components of my day. And below that list, the 5 core components that you will make time for in your ideal day. All right, you guys ready? So here are the 5 core components that almost everyone needs to have a happy and fulfilling life. So let's go to number 1. And the first one I call self-care. Self-care. Because think about it, if you don't take care of yourself, you will be forced to, if you had a life-threatening disease come up as a result. And it doesn't matter if you have a balanced life if you're dead. So without health, your health, success, or rather your wealth, success, everything else that you hold dear in life has very little meaning. So self-care is very important. This is why I believe that taking care of yourself should be a core component of everyone's ideal day. And when I say self-care, I mean stuff like exercising, eating healthy, maintaining your mental stability, and really anything that involves taking care of yourself. So you have to take care of yourself first. Number 2 is the second core component, which is work. Number 2 is work, the second core component. And this one needs to fit into your daily life, which is work. And it takes a lot of our time, right? Something that provides financial stability, and you need that. And of course, like I said, this takes up the majority of your day during your work hours. Now, I could go into a lot of detail on how to structure your work blocks of time to be more productive, but I'm gonna leave that and we're gonna revisit in another training. But number 2 is work. You have to fit work in your daily life. Number 3, the third core component is rest and recreation. Rest and recreation. I know many people talk about hustling, working harder to be more successful, but many studies have proven or have proved that results diminish as you work longer hours. More work doesn't equal more results. So plan your rest and recharge time and try to make it as important as your work. Because if you're not rested, you won't be nearly as productive. And you might have experienced that yourself. We're all humans, we're not robots, and we have to rest and take care of ourselves to be productive when we do work. So rest and recharge. Number 4, relationships. The fourth component of an ideal day is relationships. Many studies have proven that people who have good relationships with other people are the happiest. If you want to do some more research on this topic yourself, I definitely recommend watching on Netflix. There's a documentary called The Happy, or you can read the top 5 regrets of dying or being mortal book. I highly recommend making relationships as a priority and putting it in your ideal day framework. Relationships are what makes life worth living, in my opinion, so don't take them for granted. Relationships is one of the main core components. Without relationships, you can even think about it. We're in the real estate business. That means that we need to have relationships. We need to grow our SOI. So if you don't work on relationships or making relationship part of your daily goals or your ideal day framework, you won't grow your business side, but also your personal side. So work on relationships, the core component. And the last one I wanted to share with you is personal growth. Number 5. The 5th core component is personal growth and development. When you grow as a person, you feel better about yourself. Plus, your life improves. So it's a double win. It's a win-win. I can attribute a lot of my success to books or that I have read, courses I've been through, and from things I have learned outside of school, of life, plural, like things that I have acquired as knowledge. And those stuff that you got to invest in yourself first. You have to invest in your trainings. I mean, you guys are joining me this morning, and that means that you're taking time to invest in yourself, right? So, and I applaud you for that. I congratulate you for that. You have to make time for yourself to be a better person, to grow. So let's put it all together. Now we have identified the 5 core components you can use to create your ideal day. For example, I like to do my self-care time block the first thing in the morning between 6 and 8. If I can, I listen to an audiobook that can help me grow as a person while I exercise or while I have breakfast or coffee after my workout. Then I go to work between 8 and 9. I try to be at the office between 8 and 9 a.m. And normally I come home anywhere between 6 or 7, or sometimes 7 or 8, depending how my day goes. And I spend the rest of my night resting, recharging, spending time with my family, spending time with my wife. So as things in life change, you may have to be, or you have to move the core components around to make it work for the stage of the life you're in. But now I know that things happen and life changes. But if I make time for the 5 core components, I will have a pretty good life. So if you want to have a good life, you want to have a fulfilling life, you have to create your ideal day framework. These are 5 core components
Melanie,
to share
thank
with you
you.
today, but you can move them around and make it personal for you. And this is the 5 basics. Now, if you want a cheat sheet to help you create your own ideal framework or template and get more productive or productivity tips, then I encourage you to drop a comment on the chat, or feel free to reach out to me. My phone number is 305-873-4406. Again, that number is 305-873-4406. That's my personal number. You can reach out to me, send me a text, WhatsApp, whatever you want. Or you can send me an email. My email is Daylan, Daylan, @brokernation.net. I can provide you with a cheat sheet to help you create your own ideal day framework or a template to give you productivity tips. So you can get that in a very you can learn from it. It's a very simple and to understand a formula or tips on how you can implement this in your life to be more productive, but also how to create an ideal day. All right. So I hope you guys found that very helpful. Again, we went over the 5 core components that will help you to be more productive, to have a fulfilling life. We want all of you to be successful. We want you guys to grow, not only in your business, but feel happy with what you're doing and your accomplishments. So again, if you want more tips on this, feel free to reach out to us. We do have a lot of other trainings that if you want to see or go back to the last training that we had last Monday for mindset, or any of the trainings that we've had before, feel free to reach out to us or to Steve. Steve, are we providing those recordings, correct?
Yes, correct. We provide those to our own Broker Nation agents and any outside agents by request. So just reach out to either myself or Daylan, and we drop the contact information in the chat.
All right, perfect. All right, guys, with that said, we hope that you guys have an amazing week, a great rest of the day. Stay productive, but most importantly, stay healthy. All right, guys, so take care, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, Esther. Take care.
Have a nice week.
Bye and thank you. You have a nice day too.